Historically, essential oils have been brought to the market through brokers. Companies have reached out to a broker and said, I need this oil. The broker works all of his channels to find whatever oils he can and then sells them to the company and sells them as pure oils. And so the company will then sell those oils to the consumer, oftentimes thinking that they're pure oils. But when they've gone through a broker, you never quite know what's happened. One of the real challenges in the world of essential oil has been connecting the end customer with the farmer. Okay, there's the middlemen that create challenges. And with doTERRA, we're the only one in between, right? We work directly with the farmers, then it's doTERRA, and then it's the consumer. When you have other people in between, you know, the farmer may get taken advantage of.
A small-scale farmer that is producing an essential oil crop in a country typically doesn't have any kind of contract commitment for what they're producing. They also are relying usually on very limited information and market information. A tremendous amount of risk of not knowing who's going to buy your crop, but then also having to invest your own resources, and in many cases being paid often, you know, weeks, months, or even years after they have delivered the crops that they've produced. We're trying to reverse these limiting factors for small-scale farmers, which we do so by providing prepayments where those are empowering for the farmers, providing long-term guaranteed purchase commitments to our distillers that they then can provide onward to the cooperatives with whom they're working with.
As we look at sourcing oils, right, we want to be at the source. One of the ways we could do that is to just purchase a large farm. And we could purchase a large farm, hire 3 or 4 people, and we could manage the farm and produce pure oils, right? But if we do that, we're not blessing people's lives. We're not helping people. It's these artisan farmers, these people for generations have had family farms, and we don't want to put any of these people out of business. They know how to do it. They know how to do it in a way that produces the best oils. They cultivate the plants, they care for the plants. And when it comes out of a commercial farm, it just doesn't have the same impact. And certainly we're not blessing as many lives.
We do this through working globally, having a sourcing team that is working very hard and present, and even most cases living within the region where they are overseeing sourcing, and establishing relationships with these distillers that we have spent many years meeting, learning, and partnering with.
One of the keys with going direct to source is to know who we're working with and making sure that the grower is receiving the money that we're paying for the oil. You know, we buy an oil, and if we buy it from a broker, then you know, we don't know where the money is eventually going, or if the end farmer's getting it. That's why we don't deal with brokers. In Guatemala years ago, when we were beginning to source cardamom, I was talking to growers of cardamom, and I was talking to them and I said, we want to work with you. And they said, well, what about the coyotes? And the coyotes are people who would come around, and they were just brokers who were buying oil and taking advantage of the farmers. And I said, our goal is to eliminate coyotes. And they said, I remember one of the growers said, oh, that's going to be very difficult to do. And I said, well, at doTERRA, we like to do hard things. So we're going to eliminate the coyotes, and we're going to work directly with those who harvest the cardamom. And that's exactly what we've done over the past 6 years.